Richard Southern's back with us for Interesting Stories chat. And Richard, if you and I were out for a hike in, let's say, the Rocky Mountains and you spotted a bear, would you run?
I would hightail it out of there, but I think you would probably protect me, I would think. You would know what to do.
I hear you go big like this and you make noise, but you know what? I've been training to run from a bear my whole life, you know, on the treadmill. I would also bolt it out there quite real quick,
I would cower. See, I would cower. This is the problem, and we would run into difficulty here. The U.S. National Park Service, Melissa, actually tweeted some advice to friends who may encounter a bear in the wilderness. This is true. This is what the National Park Service had to say. They said, quote, "If you come across a bear, never push a slower friend down, even if you feel that the friendship has run its course."
It's like, sorry, Richard, but I got to get out of here. You got to go.
Honestly, though, I would want you to do that because I would be a liability in that situation. I'm not as spry as you. So I want you to leave me and save yourself in that situation.
Just hop on my back. We run together.
They say, though, you're right, though. They say make yourself look bigger. Don't run. You got to sort of like stare down the bear, right?
Like how? I just feel like naturally it's like, let's move. Like I said, hop on my back. I'll sprint. We'll make it.
This is why I don't go north of Bloor. Like I'm not going into any wilderness at this point.
Agreed. Agreed. Now there's always talk about getting rid of the act of turning clocks back and ahead. And now there's similar time management talks about maybe adding a time zone on the moon.
Yeah, this is the talk now this week. The European Space Agency wants the moon in all its glory there to have its own time zone, and that's because there's a lot of missions now planned to the moon. Just in 2 years now, they want to actually land humans back on the lunar surface. As it stands now, a moon mission runs on the time of the country that's operating the spacecraft, but there's going to be a lot of countries, you know, working together, and that could get confusing. So they say we got to create the moon has to have its own time zone. You know, the space station runs on what's called Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC, which is meticulously based on atomic clocks. So it's pretty futuristic, don't you think, that we're starting to think about this?
Yeah, no, super interesting. I didn't even know about all of that, so I learned something new today.
The quarter past cheese is what time it's on the moon right now.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm sure most people use emojis in all sorts of texting conversations and on social media, and I'm definitely one of them. But I understand we can't always assume a smiley face means someone is happy.
Yeah, I might want to think twice the next time Melissa texts me a few smiley, winky faces, because apparently it kind of means the opposite. A new study in the Frontiers of Psychology reveals that people use emojis to hide how they really feel. A lot of the positive ones apparently can indicate negative emotions. Believe it or not, and experts found that people were most likely to use positive emotions, in fact, when they were feeling some negative feelings. So I just use the poop emoji. I don't know what that says about me, quite frankly.
All this emoji stuff is just so confusing because I just learned the other day that you have to use a skull when you think something is really funny. I don't know if you heard that one. Yeah.
No.
Like it's supposed
I'm very lost in this. Maybe we could just use the very novel concept of writing words.
Or that, you know, how they did in the olden days, right? So they say.
Novel thing that is. Hey, well, I hope you survive the snow. Survive the snow, okay? Be well.
Oh, I hope so too. And stay safe inside. Thanks, Richard, and we'll see you on Monday.
See you Monday.